All right. It's after 8 o'clock.
That time.
Saturday morning.
That time.
It's that time of the morning. We call it the hour of violence, according to Danny.
Yep.
Yep.
And it's all on him.
All on me. All on me. It is that time where we crown somebody the north end of a southbound donkey. It's where we pay homage and respect to those people that just do stupid, asinine things. And of course, the views expressed in this segment are the views of
Thank
Big
you.
G. Do not reflect the views of Danny or my Radio 580 AM.
Appreciate it.
All on me. All on me. And there are lots of low-hanging fruit, of course, when you look at south of the border, that we could give the north end of a southbound donkey award to today.
Okay.
Today, I'm giving it to Farmers for Trump. And there's a whole story behind this thing. A whole thing. Now, we remember last week, we were all up in arms because the American government decided they were going to allow Afrikaners as refugees into the U.S.
Yeah, they're getting rid of a bunch of them. I don't
Yeah.
make it make sense.
Yeah, and they brought in, and specifically, these are white farmer Afrikaners.
Uh-huh.
Now, no farmer. Keyword.
Keyword. Yeah.
Notice my award is going to Farmers for Trump.
Right.
These
Okay.
bridges do connect.
Okay. I'm waiting.
These bridges connect.
Okay, I'm waiting for the
They're
connect.
connect.
Okay.
They're connecting bridges.
Okay.
Now, the reason I'm giving the Farmers for Trump's the award is since the Orange Avenger has been in office, the U.S. farmers, especially small farmers, have been hurting,
Yeah.
decimated, just being beaten up.
Yeah.
They lost their welfare. Yes, it's welfare. You know, they all thought that he was going to be kicking out the immigrants. They all thought he was going to go against the black people with the anti-DEI. He was going to be doing all these things, and it was great because, you know, they're the others, and we're Farmers Trump, man.
Right.
Farmers Trump. Well, it took away your funding.
What?
Now, half of y'all can't pay for the projects that you already paid for because there's no money coming back in. So now you're facing financial situations.
Oh no.
Then, just to rub some salt in the wound, he threw a tariff on China that right now is 30%, but at one point it was 140-some%.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Basically, killed your market.
Uh-huh.
So now you have no market
Uh-huh.
to sell your stuff to.
Uh-huh.
And you have no money coming in for all the expenditures you made to do these upgrades under what, well, Joe Biden allowed you to, you know, think.
Right, yeah.
So you're just in debt, and you're in the hole.
Right.
But along comes a savior.
Okay.
It's called AcreTrader.
For those that don't know, like me. what is that?
AcreTrader is a tech-based company
Okay.
that does investments primarily in farmland in the U.S.
Interesting.
They go in, and if you're in financial peril with the property, they will basically bring in a bunch of investors to buy your land from you, and they pay you out for your land, and they have these investors that are going to now take that land and make money on it. But the way they do it is they're like, you know, it's very expensive. Not many people have $2-3 million to just throw at the plow of land.
Yeah.
But you can do a small investment of like 10, 15 grand,
Okay.
and then you can get in on the action,
Okay.
right? AcreTrader has been going around. They've been around for a few years, and they have been buying up land from small farmers all across the U.S., just chewing up land.
Interesting.
And now, since these Trump tariffs and everything, the farmers are hurting, so they're working overtime.
You're right.
Now, what is interesting about AcreTrader is one of the people that
African.
No. We'll get to them soon. We'll get to them soon.
Okay.
We're gonna get to them.
Okay,
Don't
okay.
trust me. We're gonna get to them.
Okay.
Right now, you Farmers for Trump voted for this guy. One of the people that is heavily invested in AcreTrader is one J.D. Vance. the current vice president of the
joking.
United States of America.
You are joking.
I am serious.
Okay, hold on. Let's go back for a bit.
Okay.
How long has this company been around?
I would say like maybe they rose to prominence like maybe within the last 10 years.
Okay, so it's not like 3
During
years ago.
during the first Trump presidency, they kind of started thing.
Gotcha.
And then during Joe Biden's era, they really took up steam, and JD Vance swooped in. Right now,
Okay.
I tell you, y'all are. I mean, we tried to tell y'all, but y'all wouldn't listen.
You wouldn't listen.
You
Okay.
wouldn't listen.
Okay.
Wouldn't listen. Right now, JD Vance, Vice President of the United States,
Finally, vice president. Yeah.
finally Vice President, right? Part owner of AcreTrader, and well, of course, these policies that are bankrupting farmers allow for AcreTrader to come in, swoop up property.
Okay.
Guess who is one of the biggest countries for small investments?
South Africa? Is that right?
South Africa.
Okay, I see the bridge forming.
The bridge is forming.
I see the bridge forming. Okay.
So these Africana farmer refugees that just came over are not refugees at all.
They're workers.
They already have the land purchased and paid for and are coming over to take acquisition of the land that they've acquired through AcreTrader, which your president, Donald Trump, the Orange Avenger, has bankrupted you out of because you would not listen to logic.
Wow.
So now the farm that your father and your great-grandfather and your great-grandparents have owned, which you also probably stole, well, they stole from the First Nations community, and some of them ironically stole from black farmers during the post-slavery era through Reconstruction and Jim Crow,
Yep.
because you couldn't have black people owning land. Oh, no, we're going to steal that land. Guess what?
Being taken
The
right
South
back.
Africans are taking it from you.
That is insane.
And because of that, farmers to Trump, you wouldn't listen. We try to tell y'all,
And find out.
but you wouldn't listen. Now you're finding out. And because of that, you are all of you, most definitely,
Wow.
the north end of the biggest southbound.
Wow. They're not even getting the full worth of their land.
No.
They're getting like
The pennies on the dollar. Because the investors got to make their money too.
right. That's
So when people are
Insane.
outraged about the South Africans and the
Coming.
Afrikaners coming, you
there's
know what?
there's a reason.
There's a reason. But my whole thing right now is like, you know what? That's cool. You know what? I had a problem
Yeah.
with it last week, but you know, I
Yeah.
don't have a problem with it this week. I'm like, you know what?
It breaks all in my face now.
You know what?
I'm happy.
Yeah, the
Welcome in,
leopards,
welcome in.
the leopards are now eating their faces. It's okay.
That is funny
Yeah.
and crazy at the same time.
Oh yeah. As asinine as it is to
So
think
they're
of,
just using the genocide, quote unquote.
yes,
as
it's a cover story. Yeah,
which we all knew was
was nonsense.
stupid.
Yeah.
Wow.
When you say I never thought the leopards would eat my face,
Wow. That is
the leopards are eating faces right now.
yeah.
And so I have zero sympathy.
1000%.
None.
Because they were crying months ago.
Yep.
Because they have no money.
Yep.
And now they have
Now they have no land.
no land.
The land is being bought
Barely
out.
anything to buy a house.
Yeah. The land is being bought out by AcreTrader that's swooping in to be like, hey, you know what? Let's get you up from under this debt.
Right. Well.
Hey, listen. And AcreTrader, being a tech company, don't be surprised if one day you see them making inroads into Canada.
That's
Don't be surprised.
not. I know. Because Alberta is.
It could
Alberta,
happen.
Saskatchewan is straight up farmland. So.
Well, Saskatchewan's owned by like 70% of all farm is
Right.
owned by one guy in Saskatchewan. He ain't giving
Right.
up his.
I forgot.
Yeah,
I
that
forgot
dude-
about that. Keep
Saskatchewan's
forgetting.
sorted.
Yeah.
That dude ain't.
They're cool.
Yeah, no, that dude is fine.
So Alberta.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'd like to know if he's got like nieces, daughter, like just family member I could chat with, just hang out with.
He probably does.
Yeah, just hook a brother up.
I'm telling you, Ray. Need to.
You own you own 3/4 of land in the province. Like, come on, you're not even land baron.
Exactly at this point.
Yeah. And so yeah, it's that's why they get that award, because they just wouldn't listen. We try to tell y'all, but y'all wouldn't listen.